Minecraft really needs a food and farming update. So I started to work on a little mod that implements some features that I thought were missing. Let's start looking at them one by one. First off, a really simple thing, the ability to cook eggs. We have eggs in the game since forever and only use them for cakes. Why? You can make fried eggs with them now. For the next segment, if you can cook eggs, why not some other foods that you theoretically should be able to cook, which are mushrooms, carrots, and beetroots. Simple as that. I just added the functionality that you can cook them as well. Not really that special, but it's just something that I found pretty weird when I experimented in survival and found out what foods you can cook and what foods you can't cook, because it isn't really coherent in that way. This, I think, is pretty important. Why is the only pie we have made out of pumpkins? Why don't we just make some more pies with the other sweet ingredients that we have? Like sweet berries, glowberries, and apples. You can now make apple pies, sweet berry pies, and glowberry pies. Yeah, also something I thought is pretty overdue. So next up is a pretty simple recipe. It's pretty boring. It just makes another food item that's, it gives you a little bit more nutrition, like fulfillment, and it uses apples and honey, which are kind of underused items in the whole food space of Minecraft. And also I added an apple tree, which I will show later, that gives this recipe a little bit more purpose. But first, I want to show you something I'm really proud of, which is new functionality to the hoe. I added new enchantments called harvesting, and we're gonna take a look at it now. So let's go to my farm. If you take a normal wooden hoe, right? The new basic thing that every hoe has is if you right-click a crop, it instantly replants one of what you harvested, like this. You can also hold down right-click and just replant your entire farm. Now you might say, this is really slow. And it is, but it's slow because this is a wooden hoe. If I take the iron hoe, this is substantially faster already. And it only goes up. You can also enchant any hoe with efficiency, which you could do before, but it basically only worked on blocks. But now, it also works on these crops. So you can just harvest your whole field really quickly, just holding down right click the whole time, and done. You just harvested the whole thing. Now let's take a look at the new enchantments, which are harvesting 1, harvesting 2, and harvesting 3. Starting with harvesting 1. If you right click any crop, harvesting 1 will farm 2 additional crop spaces. Harvesting 2 does the same thing, but it farms 4 additional crop spaces. And harvesting 3 farms 6 additional spaces. So this enchantment you can only get from an enchanting table, and this tier you can only get as a level 30 enchantment. So that's it for the new farming stuff. The next thing, mentioning this apple recipe again, is an apple tree. Let me just plant one real quick. Now, this I think looks pretty beautiful already, but you can also get the apples from there by right-clicking. And they will regrow over time too. And the other cool thing I did is that you can also use hoes to harvest, especially if you have a hoe with the harvesting enchantment. Because then you can farm multiple apples at once, which I think just ties everything together a bit better. That's it for the core stuff. Let's just continue to the last couple things that are pretty small. The first thing, really simple. You can stack soups in stacks up to 16. This is only for the soups and stews shown right here, not for suspicious stews, which I think buffs them so you would use them more often. But I don't know. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. And the final thing is a technical thing. Basically, in vanilla, every one of these items would take 1.6 seconds to eat. But I put them into categories. So steaks and everything similar, nutrition, cooked potatoes and everything similar nutrition, apples, and so on. Steaks take the same time, but the others are shorter to eat because it makes more sense. A steak still takes 1.6 seconds, but a baked potato takes 1.2, an apple takes 1, and berries and the similar kind of food only take 0.8 seconds to eat. Which I think gives you a little bit more reason to not only eat steaks and sometimes eat foods like this or this because it's just faster. Yeah, I think this could put some balance to the game. So yeah, this is basically everything I did for this little mod. It's very unfinished, you can't download it yet, you know, it's just something I've been working on. But I wanted it to feel very vanilla. And I would appreciate some feedback of if you think this feels vanilla too, or if some features are too over the top for normal vanilla Minecraft. And so definitely stay tuned for more. I will definitely post some more updates on this. And I've also had ideas on other update types, like not only a food or farming update, but some more stuff. And yeah, I'd be glad to see you in the next videos as well.